Welcome to the doghouse. This is going to be about Otter Creek saga. Now, if I say creek, excuse me, people. I grew up on a ranch called Badger Creek, but we always called it Creek. Spring Creek, both places, which is really, we always called Creek. So if I slip up, that's why. But yeah, I'm from a small town. Small area. I wasn't even close to a town, but here's the thing. I don't mind people. I don't mind people when they disagree with me. We all have a right to our opinions, okay? Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I don't like you or care for you. Anyone. And a good Christian does that. Although some people say I ain't a good Christian, but that's fine. I have them values in my heart the rest of my life. Let's start with the bad things happening in that town. And I'll tell you right now, it's a small town. People across this country that are from small towns get the eye of a small town automatically when BS is going on, which that is happening. Let's say for an instance, you believe this one guy, that he's 100% right in what he is doing with this family. Well, and you guys are backing him, okay? That's all well and fine. You have that right to that opinion. But let's see some things here that is happening. One, he wouldn't leave him alone and filmed him and the little girl, which is a sick, perverted mind when you do that. But you're out there filming. So these other guys come along and raise money for a fence, which jealousy of his followers was abundant. They would even lie to back this guy up. Well, they put the fence up. Now look at this in not one side or the other. If that fence goes up, privacy fence. Now within itself, it says privacy fence. So even if this other guy was right, why is he filming over the fence? That is wrong. I don't care if you're in the right or in the wrong. What he is doing is wrong. And it takes a low-class person to stick a camera over a 6-foot fence to film. Now, if it was all about not seeing that and everything else, that 6-foot fence would have stopped people. And that person should have said, thank God it's finally up. I don't have to deal with him anymore. But no, it just added more content, which he wanted, to his site. Come on, think about it. Was that right, him going around filming? It's crap when you say that is for his protection. What's he think? Bozo the Clown's going to stick its head over the fence? And it's obvious, and you guys are backing him, which is fine, but think about it. You probably know in your heart that is wrong, but you will still back him even though you know that is wrong. And like I said, I'm from a small town, so this stuff I do see. And I see other things from other small towns going on. Never been there, never will probably be there, but you do see this stuff. And it sticks with you regardless of how old you are when you see things like this happening. So there's a fence deal going on. Okay, and he's upset because he can't look over it now. Why would he be upset if he can't look over it? If he was so worried about his own protection, he would have been out there saying this is a good thing that's happened. But he's not. So figure what he's doing. Even if is in the right, that action there is 100% in the wrong. Well, then you have other things like he had to go to another state to get a protection order, which was bogus to start with. Even your followers need to understand that that was all for content. And if you don't think it was, use common sense. What purpose did that serve other than being able to get more content? And remember, he's the one out there that says he sues not to win but to destroy people. That is a really, really good Christian attitude to have. He claims to be a Christian. Some of his followers claims to be these good Christians. But this stuff you're doing shows you're really not. You're in Christian name and only. I'm sorry, but you really are. So if he was, if he is in the right, it's one thing to say, yes, he's in the right. But to back him on stuff that's in the wrong makes you as in the wrong as he is. Yeah, he had every right to move to that town. And he really did. Nobody has the right to say no. But what he did when he got there was a bunch of crap. And it's obvious. Put down your rose-colored glasses and you can see that. So now you got the fence. Now you got a bogus protection order that Florida don't even want to deal with. Then you got him walking into Walmart and this other guy's paying out of all things. And go up, you need to leave, you're within 500 feet, and yelling and screaming at him. Once again, if you agree with those tactics, the problem might be you. Because one, if he would have dropped that stuff and went out that door, he caused Walmart to lose the sale. Where if he would have kept his mouth shut, let him pay, because he wasn't even seen until this other guy went up and started screaming and hollering at him. So, once again, if he's in the right, that's in the wrong. And if you back him what he did, you're in the wrong. It don't matter if he's in the right or wrong on some of these issues, he's still in the wrong. See, here's what I would have done if I'd lived there and started that, or been around that. I'm not from there, so I won't, nor should I. Is all this stuff that he has been doing should have been, or maybe it is and he don't know it, should have been turned over to the AG of Florida, because some of this stuff he says is legal really is not legal. The signs, who knows? There's legal experts involved in that. But when you get other people to do your dirty work for you, which he is doing, and he's getting content money from that, you guys he needs to thank you guys for helping him out. And you don't think Tubetown was put up across the street and that guy's cut out, another guy cut out staring at Lynette's place? You're wrong. That's petty and wrong. A good Christian now, keep that in mind, he's a good Christian. Then when somebody calls him out on being a good Christian, he always says, well, God did this, God did that. He's not God. He has a way for you to follow him. He did not say, because I had to do this, it gives you the right to do that. Nowhere in the Bible it says that. It does talk, if you get in there, about suing. And obviously, this guy's 100% in the wrong on that. So you want to really think about it. I'm not saying, I'm not even this guy's enemy. I'm really not. I'm just not his enemy. I don't like the actions he's done. They're stupid, ignorant actions he has taken. Doesn't mean I have to hate him, but his actions I do hate. I'm not a real fan of his, but you don't have to. I'm a Christian. I don't need to hate people. I don't have to go out and try to destroy people because I don't like them or I don't like what they are doing. Only God has the right and the law to take care of things. And this guy has decided he is the law and he is God. Well, he's not. Even if you follow him and back him, take an overall look at really what's going on. Then you got that DJ Radis as being a dumbass, saying, well, they could shop at Herschel's. I live in this town and all that crap. Guess what? If you live in that town, you need to live by the rules you just said. Stay the hell out of Otter Creek. You just admitted it. You don't need to be there. Of course, he ain't smart enough to figure that one out, but no, neither one can. Both of them people can go wherever they want in reality. But look at what he is repeating. He's been a parrot over his buddy. Now he's saying he's filming for protection. Come on. Only a stupid person would believe that. He is so off, that guy. And I tell you what, if I lived there and I had a confrontation with him, I'd be calling ICE on him to make sure he's there legally. And if I was this other person who was filming at the Chinese place, I would turn him into the AG and ICE because he's not a citizen here and stuff like that could get him deported. Probably a good idea if he keeps it up so he gets out of here. He would be removed one way or the other. But he's parroting his buddy. He's using the same excuses, and they are lame excuses. And once again, this has nothing to do if he's right or wrong. Either one of them. It's the actions they are doing that are wrong. 100% wrong. If you back this guy and think he is doing what he has every right to do, maybe you need to check your ethics a little bit there. When that fence went up, if he had ethics, nothing else would have been said, and all the stuff in the courts would go through the courts, and that would have been it. But what he is doing proves that the fence stopped him from doing stuff, and he didn't like that. So he didn't care about not seeing them or running into them. He only cared about what he could get on video and his channel. And no, I'm not monetized, so anything I say on here is not going to make me a dime. But it does him, which is fine. I don't mind people going out and making money. You can make money and make all the money you want. I tell you what, I'm 100% behind you. But when you throw ethics out the window to do that, and still say you're a Christian. There is something wrong. And yes, by the way, I've read the Bible, okay? So don't give me this crap that people don't understand the Bible. This certain person, I think he does understand it, but he sways it to the way he wants it to be, not the way it is. And he's not the only person that does that. There's a whole country full of people that do that. Now, some of the people that's following him, some are interesting to me, but some of the stuff they will back him for is almost like they have the Jim Jones effect. And they really, really are backing him and all this crap, and won't go out there and look and see what's what. Sometimes I get on here and say something like this, and they go, well, you need to do more research. Well, let's see. Some research on the lawsuit. Two of the biggest deals on that lawsuit were dropped. I bet you he didn't tell you that, but they have been dropped. Court records. So, you know, you got to think. Really think hard when you tell people go do the research sometimes. And you notice he don't say that. Like the Guapo instance with, he sent out that email and all his people fell for it because of what it says, and Guapo said this, Guapo said this. But when you read, and he didn't show it on his channel, when you read before and after, it has no context in what this guy put it in. Guapo showed what it really was. And this guy was willing to fight Guapo at auction because Guapo wouldn't fall for it. He was ready to tear into him because he wasn't going to take the first punch. I noticed a lot of confrontation with this guy. He wants you to throw the first punch because he thinks he's smarter than you and you're going to be stupid and do it. And he showed that, and it can be shown, whether he likes it or not, him confronting John when John was in his Jeep. Okay, this is what happened. This is what's out there. Go look. Don't say, I'm not going to because Jeremy said it was this way. No, go look. He was being a racist big time. He was doing everything possible to get John to come out and fight him. And once again, this guy got outsmarted by John. Didn't work. And your followers, think about that. Why would you want to confront him like that? Unless it was for clicks and views. Because he had a camera on too, so you know he isn't going to show John's side of it. And he has a tendency to do that. Then he goes and tells everybody about how these people have a criminal record. But he don't mention to you, and it's on the record, all you got to do is go look. He had some bad things sealed in a court case that he had done. Yes, he has arrests out there. He had a no contact order with his family. But he don't tell you that. And all you got to do if you really want to go out there, look, it is there. So when he's going after that child, telling all them lies about that child, he's forgetting what he was like as a parent. He may have had reasons to do that, but to go out there and just go after another child like that after he went through, would be really, really stupid person. A person without ethics. And people from small towns across this country see this and know this. And they see what's going on. So even if, like I said, even if you like the guy, you haven't got the guts to stand up to him and say, back the hell off, because this is a bunch of crap, and you know it. But seeing he's your buddy, you don't have the guts to go out there and tell him that, obviously. Why? Because some of them, not all of you out there, okay, don't get me wrong, and I'm not naming names, but some of them out there is riding on his back because they're giving them views and in reality money, and they don't want that cash cow to stop. So they have made money their god and given up ethics and morality to a child. How would you feel if that was your child and people were out there doing that to you? Would you not be ashamed of that person? But why is it different with this guy? He can do this. His followers can go out and do this. This is okay. Tell me the logic behind that. Really, what's the logic behind that? It makes no sense whatsoever. You can say, well, he's in the right. Well, if he's in the right, him going down the path of being in the wrong doesn't make, two wrongs don't make a right here, okay? You guys are going to keep this up and keep this up until somebody actually gets hurt. And it's going to be on you guys. And the person that started this will throw you under the bus so fast and care less about you. All this guy is acting like a man-child. That's it. And his followers have no clue in life what's going on. Some of these people out there hollering about other people's records they have, and by the way, I've never been to jail or prison, by the way, but some of these guys have been out there and record, look at that bad record here, bad record there, this guy's got that. And the people hollering about it has a record themselves. How does that make sense? Is that kind of like deflecting? How about standing up for once for the right side? And I don't mean the two that's arguing, the right side of ethics. See, if you were to do ethics, most of this stuff would have all been gone. And you have to take your blinders off. If this was about getting the job done and everything being taken care of in the courts, it would have been over with. Why isn't it? The dollar signs on these channels are making people money, and they don't want it to stop. And it's not going to stop until somebody gets hurt. And that's not a threat, and I hope that never happens. And I hope nobody on either side ever goes out there and does anything bad, because that would make them wrong also. But you're leading down a path where there's some very unhinged people out there that you could be causing damage to a child. You could be damage to innocent people. But that don't seem to matter to you guys out there. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself for what you are doing. Stand up for what's right for a change. You don't even have to take sides. Just go out there and look at what's going on. And quit backing this guy up when you know what he's doing wrong because you like him. That's okay, he's doing wrong. No, wrong is wrong. Even if something's going on the other side, wrong would be wrong. How about you guys deciding to let this go through the courts, let the right people handle it, and quit lying and making things up so certain people make money? And like I said, I ain't making a dime here because I'm not monetized. But when you back somebody that's obviously in the wrong and go back and look at what he has done, not by just words, look at his actions he's been doing. Doesn't mean you have to be his enemy or hate him. Just realize what's going on. And yeah, do some research. Like I said, all that stuff I told you, it's out there. All you got to do is do the research. The signs could be a big, big deal. Because remember, his handwriting expert went to this guy's school, or his son's school, and he was taught by this guy. And I have a feeling there's others than him out there that's going back it. Well, in the meantime, he'll be out there making money on his channel, and you guys will give him money for his legal expenses. That's not a very smart move. If he had to pay for his own legal expenses, this stuff would stop, because he doesn't want the money coming out of his own pocket. As long as he's got minions giving him money, he is very, very happy. He can pay for the lawyer, and it's not going to hurt him a bit. But if he had to take that money out of his pocket, it would. So before you back somebody, make sure what he is doing is legit and upfront. Deceiving people is not what Christ was about. The deception's really, really hard, going hard and heavy. It is so bad out there. This deception is not what Christ would want you to do. Remember, a Christian, a real Christian, I don't care if you went to Bible school or whatever, a real Christian would not be doing what is going on now. That is a phony Christian that would do that.